it into single plots. And if it's the summertime, maybe do a weave. Always change my style depending where my head is at. Sometimes I wear my V-neck.
Hey, welcome to Two Mad Beans Podcast episode 3 on depression. My name is Kojo.
And I'm Duffy. I'm so excited to be here today.
Yeah, today we have Duffy on our bill.
Yes.
Sika is not here. Today no Sika. Sika is gone somewhere. She'll be back definitely soon. So today talking about depression. Duffy, welcome.
Thank you, Kojo.
So Duffy is into writing, poetry, presenting. What else?
Jack of all trades.
Everything, yeah. You did inside.
Yes, we try.
You try. So you're talking about depression.
Yes.
So when I called you that we should talk about depression, what came to mind?
I was like, oh boy, that's vast. That's something really deep-seated. That's something underrated in our society. So it's very important for us to talk about it, and hopefully the people that listen take a lot from this podcast. True.
And I chose you for a reason. I felt that you have so many experiences with this topic when it comes to depression. Multiple.
Jillian, plethora.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
And I felt like, Dufe is the right person to have this chat with.
Yeah.
So depression. The people have a fair idea of what depression is, but they have not really gone into it, into sucking everything out of what the topic means. So what do you understand about depression?
Okay, so even before we dissect into the issues, our dear listeners will have to know that there are two kinds of depression, right? There's one that deals with you feeling sad and down and out of sorts, which is a very normal thing.
True.
Every so often, people feel down, people feel sad, happy,
angry.
Mixed emotions.
True.
Yes. But then there's also a medical condition known as depression, and the medical term for that depression is MDD, mood depressive disorder.
Okay.
Which is clinically diagnosed, right? And if you have that, it's more serious than the normal day-to-day, I'm not happy, I'm on and off. But either way, we are going to talk about these issues, and probably you might think it's just a normal thing, but it's quite austere, so you need medical attention. But if not, if it's a day-to-day, then we're going to talk you through, and hopefully you all end up at the other side happier than we are today.
So you spoke about it, the medical aspect, which I think that is one of my concerns when it comes to this topic, because most Ghanaians, when you talk about medical stuff related to anything mental, it means you're mad.
No.
So it's very sensitive to most Ghanaians, most Africans.
Yeah.
So we don't come out even talking about that. So you have to underline that you can be depressed, and it's through genetics. It runs to the family. Environment.
Yeah, or psychological. But let me chip in this. It's interesting, but then it's not new that Africans do think that way, because in the 4th and 5th centuries, right? They saw MDD as something they call melancholy, right? And melancholy, of course, is a temperament. But then they believe that the body produces 4 humors, and these humors are what the body and the mind are controlled by. The humors are yellow bile, black bile, white phlegm, and then red blood. I'm sure the red blood is familiar with all of us. But then they believe that if you have a preponderance of black bile, that's in, if you produce more black bile, which is from the kidney, then you are more prone to be depressed. Or have that condition. And if you have that condition, it's probably some demons in your hometown or something causing that. And these are things that people base on for a very long time. The hypocrites, what I mean by the hypocrites are medical practitioners who are seen as fathers of medicine. They believe that by the evolvement of knowledge, the advancement of science, now we know that it's a mental illness, and it can be cured. It can be cured. There are treatments that go a long way to make sure that you may change from one end to the other.
Because this is when I was listening to an interview from Larry King. I went to his channel, and they're talking about this topic, depression, and one doctor was saying that they are working on bringing this drug that will stabilizes anybody who is depressed?
Yes, because scientists still don't have a very clear picture of the particular cause of depression.
Okay.
So yes, they are working towards ways and means to make sure that it's eradicated completely from a person's system.
Okay.
But then when I say it can be cured, the person that can cure depression the most is you.
Yourself.
The person
The
depressed.
whole work is you.
Yes, you have to learn how to swim out and not swim in.
Okay.
Because like an ambush, right? It's like you're in a dark world. It's like the whole world is dark, is gloom. You don't know where to go.
True.
Yes.
True.
So if you don't fish yourself out, you stay in for it. No matter the antidepressant or the meditation or whatever, you still need to be able to hold yourself by your bootstraps.
Okay. So let's underline the major factors that contribute to depression. So our listeners will know the major factors.
Yeah.
So
there are so many factors that contribute. Sometimes it's childhood experiences, and even that there's a philosophy, a psychology on that called psychoanalysis, where your childhood events really, really shape who you become. So if you grew up in an environment where people treated you badly. Or you were teased because you were big, like my case, or you came from a very poor home in school, you can end up being depressed. Right? And then also there's the environmental one. Sometimes it's even got to do with sexual orientation. Now we live in a world where people are overt about their sexual orientation. I'm pansexual, I'm bi this, I'm transgender, and people tend to marginalize those people, and it can be very depressive. And also societal status quo. It's like, you need to go to university to also be someone, to be in the highbrow, or you need to do this and do that. So if you don't fall into these categories society has laid out, then you're also prone to be depressed. And then there are a whole lot of factors, but these are the most common ones.
And I want people to understand. I still come back to the genetic thing. That we need to accept that depression can be caused from your genetically, definitely. So when you're depressed, don't think it's you alone. Don't think you caused it. It might be from the family.
Absolutely.
And do you think Ghanaians understand depression and its consequences on the society? Ghanaians?
I think they do understand it, but not the full, naiads.
I think they know, but they don't care about why should they be depressed. In our setting, shouldn't be depressed.
Because you live in a society where, look at the sun, you need to go out there and make a living to gain the bread, to secure the bag, right? So you can't stay in your room and say, I'm depressed, and I'm not achieving my dreams, I'm depressed, and my girlfriend left me, I'm depressed, and my job, I'm not bedding down in the organization, so I'm depressed. Like, get up and let's go and find money, let's find a livelihood. So people are aware, but then we don't sit down to delve deeper into this, and unfortunately it's killing a lot of people. It doesn't only kill them physically, but it kills their whole embodiment as a person. And so we need to be able to pay more attention. Yes.
So when I was depressed back then, when I broke up with my ex, and I called one of my closest friends, he's called Kobe, and I called him up, I said, Kobe, Charlie, I'm depressed, so they should have left me, I know they feel sleep. I said, you this guy, pa, you for
absolutely.
See, child studies, the wife will be depressed. So he didn't understand why I should be depressed and be indoor. Wow, there are so many ladies out there I can go and chase them, and I'm depressed.
Yes.
But he doesn't know that my emotions were messed up in that occasion.
Absolutely, and that's one thing. When you are depressed, then what happens is your prefrontal lobe, right, becomes smaller, and then your hippocampus becomes larger. Now, I'm not trying to bring it scientific terms, but then your hippocampus,
what is that?
It's a part of your brain where you store memory.
Okay.
You get, and your prefrontal lobe has got to do with the cognitive part of your brain.
Okay.
So when you are depressed, right, the prefrontal lobe associated with cognitive thinking, whatever, it becomes very small.
Okay.
So one man's trash is another man's treasure. What may depress me may empower you. What may empower you may depress me. So people have to learn not to be too judgmental, like, Wednesday you're dead, but then there are some things that will kill someone but will probably make you stronger.
So basically Kobe had this way of overcoming stuff like heartbreaks.
Probably has a very big prefrontal lobe or
so
something.
You can easily forget about
I'm telling you,
anybody
because
breaking his
the way
heart.
the brain works, and anything, the way we all respond to things is how our brains are, functioned and all that. Because some people, like I said, they respond to pain, in a much more, they are plucky about it. They are, is this one too shall pass.
True.
But some of us, you have to sit in the room, cry for days.
True.
And after we recover, we are moving on.
Wow.
So don't look down on anyone. Don't judge anyone. No, and make sure to carry out random acts of kindness towards everyone.
Like check up on people. Check up on your
friends.
True.
So that you be safe in the knowledge that someday, if you are depressed, somebody will be there for you too.
It's true. And be each brother's keeper. The Bible says
absolutely,
it. So you have to check on people.
Yeah.
And the statistics in Ghana says, Dr. Akwesi Osei, the chief psychiatrist, said that. Annually, 1,500 people die from reported cases.
Definitely.
And out of every one report, 4 unreported cases are there. Annually, 6,000 people die from unreported case of suicide, which is the main cause is depression.
The main cause is depression.
So,
and look at these 6,000 lives can be saved.
Plus the 1,500, making 7,500 people annually.
And this is a preventable thing.
Yeah.
It's like at least you can save a number of these people, but it's all because we are negligent and we don't care about people's emotional well-being, emotional intelligence even.
True.
So we are losing lives.
True. And I was thinking that, okay, so if 7,500 plus people are dying annually, and these people are doctors, we have engineers inside,
all walks of life,
they are all dying, and it's not like these people, they don't have any skills or knowledge. These people can help the country grow.
Definitely.
And they're all dying.
Yeah.
And we don't really care.
Are we moving forward or backwards?
And he said that Dr. Akwesi Akoto said 7% of our gross domestic product is lost through suicide.
Wow.
And if 7% of our GDP is being lost through suicide, and the major cause is depression, and Ghana, we don't have anything to prevent it. We don't have any measures. We don't have any national agenda to.
It's just startling because we need to wake up and smell the coffee as a country.
True.
We need to put our feet to the ground. We need to be able to do something about it. Or just quite recently, there were stories of a Legon student has committed suicide in university.
Yeah.
And the most appalling part of all this, it became like memes.
We're laughing about it. And the two schools were even battling on Twitter on it.
This is horrendous. This is stupid.
Yeah.
Yes, because people are dying, and young people.
And I remember Tech and Legon were battling on this, who is dying more, and we're laughing at each other.
Look at that. How abysmal is that? It's like young lives are dying and you are there laughing. You are there creating memes.
Is this ignorance or is just
155% ignorance? Like definitely.
People want to lighten up, or people want to lighten up. Because I think most people are also depressed.
Yeah.
So these days, social media is a thing to just ease away the stress and the depression by laughing at everything. So we don't really think through things that these things are sensitive. You shouldn't laugh about this. So you make joke about everything.
Yes, of course. There's a way of letting your head down sometimes in life, because there are lots of things that stifle us, and then you need to be able to laugh. But you don't joke about life and death.
True.
At all, especially the kind of death that the person didn't get sick to die, but the person
committed suicide,
or it's a matter of emotions and mood. Because even with this MDD that I mentioned, there are other forms of disorders associated to depression. We do have some that are related to menstrual situations, right? We have some that are related to substance abuse or medical abuse.
True.
Recently there was this survey on tramadol or whatever. Some of these people that abuse these substances are depressed.
True.
Right? And there are also some of them that probably, if you are diagnosed of HIV, of Ebola or whatever, you will be depressed.
Yeah,
so there are many. You're coming to die. Like you are predisposed. You should buy your coffin or something.
True.
Yes. So people need to be serious about it. It's not a joke.
It's not a joke. It's very sensitive.
No.
So if Ghana, we don't have a national agenda to battle depression, do you think the family is doing much for us? Our families?
Oh my God, the family.
The family.
Well, every family has a way of going about things. But I think on the whole, the family is supposed to be the very first institution in a person's life.
Yeah.
But sometimes your family, at that time I said, I'm like, don't create an abyss in your life and expect somebody else to fill it. You should be the filler, because everybody's busy filling theirs. It comes to a point in the life of a family, everybody's busy, and floating their own boats. So they're not as supportive as they ought to be, because even swaying away attack from depression, people that have mental illnesses, you can tell. They always say on TV that some of them have been abandoned. People don't go and see them. It's a shame to them. And like what we said earlier on, people think that depression can lead to mental disorders. So they think, hey, Babadam. And it's a shame. So the family probably is doing a little, but there's more than can be done. Sometimes, me, for instance, to tell you the truth, I'm not able to turn to my mother to tell her some of my challenges in life, or my father even. It's either I stack it up to myself or I tell a friend. Sometimes telling a friend is one of the most dangerous things you can ever do.
You don't know what to trust.
They don't take it serious. They probably go and tell everyone in the world. Or sometimes the relationship even, gets damaged. So it's like you've left a part of you to that person.
True.
Something you want to keep sacred and secret. So the family should be the first point of contact.
And the family, when you're talking about the family, that we are all busy working and all that, I was thinking, so back when I was growing, the extended family system really work. So your uncle can call you, auntie can call you and check up on you. These days we are learning from the Western world, so it's nuclear family. You think about self. So how come that now we are nuclear? Everybody's practicing nuclear, majority of us, and we are small in number in the nuclear family, and we can't check up on ourselves. But back then we were so many, and the extended family were working. Your uncle can call you and check up on you. So it means that we copy blindly, and we also didn't learn how to function in a nuclear family. Yes,
in a nuclear setting. Because last I saw a meme, and it was so true, that like right now, because of technology, because of phones, instead of me walking out to Kojo's house, Kojo, I'm coming to see you, let's have a conversation. I just WhatsApp you, what's up, how are you, and then it ends there. So the family doesn't have to operate that way. If you have a problem, you should be able to confront your mother, your father, even the extended family. But one thing too also is, most people, I can tell, don't have that kind of relationship with their family. Yes, and their parents, where they can go and say, probably I failed in school, so I feel down and downtrodden.
So UDS, sorry for cutting. Recently, a student committed suicide just this year because he failed some papers. You heard of it?
Definitely.
And I think this guy had family.
Yes.
He had friends.
Yes.
But he still went ahead and killed himself.
There's something about a mother's advice that's unparalleled. If your mother advises you, no matter how grave the situation is, you feel this calmness. Probably if he was able to discuss it with his mother, I don't know if he did, something would have happened. But there's our families, you're kind of scared of your daddy a little bit.
But it's kind of depressed when you feel. I remember I trained one paper in school.
It is depressing.
And I was very depressed.
Yes,
I was very depressed.
Because one thing that everybody knows is not the right thing to do, but we are all at fault with it, is comparison. True. It's part and parcel of your nature. So look at your friend, he's making the A's and you are making some G's and F's. We definitely feel depressed, like, where am I moving, where am I going? And one depressive stage of life is when you are in your 20s.
Very true.
It's a juggling act. It's between you, how you develop as a person, your career, your finances, probably finding a partner, a juggling act. So there's a whole lot of things in your mind at the time. And you have old parents, alien parents.
True, and I think that before you set up a family, you need to make it a point that you're going to give credence to your children and your wife. Because you're small in number. Right now we are practicing the nuclear family system. You need to ask your children how they're feeling, mentally, emotionally, and physically. You need to make it your point, because this money all we are chasing back and forth, they are not important in our lives.
Not at all.
Because some children really want to get close to their parents.
Yeah.
But the avenue is not there. The room is not there. Everybody is quite busy. Everybody's doing something.
Yes.
But let's be honest. We have all been busy back and forth. We are still the same old place now. Nothing really.
You've not built a skyscraper.
No.
You've not.
The only thing I think changing is maybe our cloth. But we are still eating the same old food.
Yeah.
So we need to give credence to our family. Like we need to check up on people.
Absolutely. That's why this philosopher Simone de Beauvoir, she says that one's life has value so long as the person attributes value to the lives of others. So if you see the lives of our fellow brother, sister, family, friends valuable, we want to sustain it. And sustenance is presence.
True.
You need to be present for them.
True.
For them to open up to you, for them to talk to you, because there are some really trying times.
Yeah, and our parents or our guardians need to let us understand that there are certain ages you will fail so many times. Like in your 20s, it's okay to fail.
Yeah.
It's okay not to have cars in your 20s.
Absolutely.
And our grandparents didn't have cars in their 20s.
No.
I think the reason why they had this adage that life begins at 40 is that they want to fail so many times.
Yeah.
You can feel like a decade of trying something and failing.
Yeah.
But we live in a system right now that we all want to make it in our early 20s and mid 20s.
Yes, because we are all exposed to this big vision board we call Instagram or Facebook or whatever. People are showing not true lives, a vision board.
Yeah.
That's why I name a vision board, because somebody will go and stand at a car rental place and stand by a car and post it. Be like, oh my god, that person has a Ferrari.
Yeah.
But the person doesn't.
True.
The influx of social media too has played a big role in depression.
And we the youth need to understand that it's okay to fail in your 20s. It's okay not to be married in your 20s. It's okay not to have kind of 20s.
Yeah.
I think you have to define your own success, your own path.
Yes.
What be successful to me, what didn't be successful to you.
Absolutely. Some time ago I told my friend, I said, the society is corrupt because the society tells you that success is when you are a medical doctor.
Yeah.
Success is when you are in an air-conditioned office.
True.
So are you trying to tell me that the woman who sells tomatoes but is able to cater for her children is so successful?
True.
Like you should ask yourself that. Or the carpenter who doesn't use, he just uses like the normal hammer and nails. But then he creates wardrobe, he creates furniture, he sells, he makes money for his family. Is he successful?
At the end of the day, whether mansion or single room, I don't know, they will all sleep and wake up at the same time to the next day.
Success is different, so you have to define your own success. It varies.
So we should. Okay, I think that not to create unnecessary pressure for ourselves as youth, we need to limit our expectations in life.
Definitely.
When it comes to social media now.
Yeah.
When you log in and you see so many people making it, majority are fake.
I'm telling you.
Smoke screen.
Yeah.
So you need to.
It's not the truth.
Invest more time in yourself. You learn more skills, learn more knowledge than logging on social media, flipping through posts, Instagram pages, and seeing new things and all that.
I agree with you on the bit to invest in yourself. Knowledge is vast. It's like an ocean.
And it's easy to access knowledge.
Very.
It's easy to access knowledge. So when you buy a bundle,
Wikipedia on our phone,
YouTube,
a whole lot.
You can search knowledge.
YouTube is the school of life.
Yeah, you can learn anything there.
You can study. I know Kojo is like an ardent YouTube user, and he's equipped himself with a lot.
I learned editing on YouTube.
He should be a role model. Yes, he learns editing on YouTube.
Do you think that religious bodies are also helping in the fight against depression?
Religious bodies. Well, most churches have counseling units, something like that.
Okay.
Yes, and so I think people should be able to confront these units in the church. But then those that don't have, I think it's not that easy to walking up to your pastor and saying that, okay, so I'm beginning to take drugs. So what do I do to stop it? Because people are so judgmental.
True, even in the church.
Yes, even in the church, it's so similar to that of the family, right? Even in the church, people are so judgmental, so you can't walk up to them and tell them the truth about what you are feeling or what's going on in your life.
True.
But the Bible says in Isaiah 41 or so that God said, "Fear not, for I'm with you.
Yeah.
Do not be dismayed, for I'm your Father. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand."
Amen.
Yeah, I'm preaching. But you should find solace in the word of God.
True.
You should pray. You shouldn't always rely on people to survive. That's why I said that the cure to medication is only you by you and or forever be you.
True.
So find solace, pray, meditate. Yes, because I don't think the religious bodies are really helping. I
think me personally, I feel that our family and our religious bodies have failed us totally.
Yeah.
That's why there's a break in society now.
Yes.
Because when you go to church these days, let's be honest.
Yeah.
People with their cars and money, they sit in front.
Yes.
The pastor is basically preaching about success.
Yeah, he says bring 500 cedis. Me, I just have 5 cedis in my pocket.
And the pastor tells us that if God blesses you, that's why you buy the cars, you buy the houses and all that. And I'm in my 20s, I go to church and I have like 5 cedi on me. And I feel like, so the same God who is blessing these people, why is this same God too?
Why not blessing me?
Me too.
Yes.
So I become depressed.
Yeah.
And I'm in the same church. The church where I should have comfort that our reward is in heaven, not on earth.
Definitely.
But it's the other way around now.
Yeah.
And
that's why there are some people, and there's some people like Gandhi. They try to prove that, poverty is not such a bad thing. It puts people on the same level because you go to right now the church is also a society, right? And there are people that are given much more credence or respect because they are richer. So if you don't have money,
you can't even say pastor.
No, you can't see the pastor. That's the case.
Suppose I'm from a rich family and I'm depressed, and my mom say, "Oh, pastor, my son is depressed." They'll look at me.
They'll say you like that.
They say, "Oh, come, let me pray for you." I'm from a poor family. I say I'm depressed.
If you suck coconut like I do,
don't mind you.
You see the pastor. Yeah, so that's one thing. That's what the church and even the Quran. The Quran says that, indeed, in the remembrance of Allah, do hearts find peace. Wow. So yes, religion in itself. I mean, the scripture should be also your guidance.
So I think that if you're depressed and you can't find comfort in the church or family, stick to the holy books.
Absolutely, meditate on them.
Stick to your belief. They meditate upon. Because so many people in these books also had depression. They had depression times.
Yes.
But they overcame them too. Yeah. So just stick to it and read read your Bible.
But one thing too that I noticed, Kojo, and I know that anybody who has been depressed can relate to this, is that when you are depressed, the reality is that your ears are blocked to all the pep talks in the world.
True.
There is light at the end of the tunnel.
It doesn't work.
What if there's no tunnel, or what if there's no light?
Lights,
right?
True.
There's no crown without a cross. But I never asked for a crown.
True.
Or God will do it. When is He going to do it?
True.
Or pray. I've prayed, sir.
True.
Your ears are
blocked. Is blocked. True. I've been there before.
All of these things. True. Until the inner person is able to reinvent themselves, nothing can be done. So in as much as it's tough, it's very tough for we are not
extremely
our listeners, it's very tough for you to be able to wake up one day and say that I'm putting all this behind me, I'm moving on. But I want people to know that, take it from me, I've been to all sorts of depression, downfall, whatever, tribulations, but there is no misery in this world greater than their life.
True.
There is no misery in this world greater than life.
True.
And you should also know that the troubles, tribulations, the pain that come to your life, they will walk in and walk out of your door each and every time when they so please.
True.
But you should make sure, you the individual should make sure that your walls or your door is steadier, is firmer, is unassailable each and every time.
Wow, I love that.
Each and every time.
Because I remember 2011 when I committed suicide. By now I'd have been dead.
Attempted suicide. Didn't the painful thing about suicide?
No.
If you don't die, you'll be arrested though.
Yeah. So
make sure you die.
Today I was telling Annette that when I committed my suicide, police came into my house.
Yes.
Some few weeks later, somebody reported me to the police.
Wow.
So police came into my house. But fortunately for me, my dad is a retired policeman.
Oh.
So the people who came there are his junior colleagues.
Yeah.
So he convinced them, they went away.
Wow.
So somebody reported me. So let's come back to this part. This part is really dear to my heart. Section 57, clause 2 of the 1960 Criminal Code says that when you commit suicide in Ghana, it's a crime. And it doesn't make sense to me because if the chief psychiatrist says it doesn't make sense.
Yes, why should it make sense generally? That should really be reviewed.
Yeah.
That should really be reviewed, because if we are taking into consideration that this is actually a disorder, some people have the MDD disorder, then you should know that it's more than just taking your life against your better judgment.
Yeah, true.
It is more. It's a medical condition.
It's a medical condition, so you can't go and arrest a person.
No,
for
because the
attempting
thing
to...
is, let's say there's a law that is passed, right?
Yeah.
That they're not supposed to litter, you're not supposed to keep the environment dirty or whatever. And then somebody has malaria and is vomiting around. You
True.
arrest the person?
True.
No, because it's a medical condition.
So don't litter around. They even provide people with bins.
But
Ghana don't have preventive care centers
no.
like America.
How many rehabilitation centers do we have even? Yeah, so that really has to be reviewed. I
think there's a national agenda that we need to have. Every district needs to have a depression preventive center. That you can just enter and tell them all.
If an MP listening to it, jot it down.
You need to work on it.
Yeah, definitely. The law has to be reviewed. So that we can pay attention to this disorder before we can even jump into conclusions.
True.
Yeah.
And you need to have toll-free number so that you can call and tell people, tell medical people how you feel.
There are some in other parts of America
is
can
there.
Call and
they'll come
because
to your house
sometimes
and all that.
it's comforting telling somebody you don't know.
Yeah, your problem. And they'll listen to you all day long. Yeah.
And they're not too judgmental.
No.
But people that know you, my brother, don't try.
So they need to scrap that criminal code from our constitution.
I totally agree.
You need to scrap it. You need to scrap it. Because it's really worrying. It's really worrying.
Definitely.
So I've been there. I've tried committing suicide before, and I'm here today.
Yeah.
So my closing remark is that see, I'm a survivor.
Yeah.
I'm here for a purpose. Then I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
And I committed suicide because of school. I wanted to go to a tertiary. I couldn't enter into my nursing training college.
You wanted to go to nursing training?
Yeah, I wanted to be a medical person. I couldn't. I was like, I failed. But today I'm here. Even the degree I have, I don't even. How many times do I even use it?
Use it, yeah.
But God has been good. My small life on earth, I'm able to touch lives around.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't die.
Not at all. Me, for instance, I want my listeners to know that I'm not here talking blah 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 because I've been there.
That's what brought you here.
I've had recurrent thoughts of suicide. I battle with it even now.
Yeah.
Sometimes my laptop will get missing, and I wanna.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but one of the things that affected me the most, I'm grateful for the maturity that I have now today. I used to be so scared of saying goodbyes.
Okay.
As in, when somebody's in my life, when the person's walking away, I want to latch onto them and say, "Oh, no, don't go, please." And I'm in the room crying for weeks. Yeah. Oh my God! Thank God for growth because
I don't really care about that. They want to stay.
And those things kept me depressed. I'm telling you, Charlie. There was this one time a friend walked out of a friendship that I had painstakingly built, and I really wanted to die. Yeah. I know it sounds stupid to you, but then
it doesn't sound stupid.
Yeah, but honestly, I felt like I was doing so much that my friends should hold me in high esteem.
Yeah.
But then the person walked away. The person would see me and pass by, and I'll burst into tears.
Wow.
I won't eat,
Wow,
So my friends would be like, "Hey, Obama, do you get it?" I've been there. There are several instances, but right now I tell myself that the blessing that's associated with somebody walking into your life is the same as a blessing walking out.
Excellent.
So if you have that problem, trust me, it's nothing. You get to that epiphany. So yeah.
True. And for my instance, I wanted to enter into the medical field and I couldn't. Now I don't even work in the medical field.
You don't.
I'm happy with art.
But what you are doing, art is also a form of
beautiful.
healing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So definitely, you're still in it, in a way.
In a way. So hang on.
Yeah.
Be happy.
Yeah.
As the face said from the beginning, everything is you.
Yeah.
If you want to come out, it's you.
It's you.
It's you. No amount of pep talk or
anything
motivational
can help
messages.
You.
It's you.
Can help you because honestly, sometimes when I was in those cases, I would take books, read philosophy of Stoicism. Matthews, whatever, Aurelius, Seneca, whatever, and I'll be reading Stoicism. You have to handle things, but still, my friend,
it was still there.
Aurelius died centuries ago before I was born. Seneca died centuries ago before I was born. So I can't relate. So at the end of the day, you yourself, you find peace.
True.
You find peace. It takes some time. The pain is necessary.
Yeah, it's good.
The pain is necessary.
Pain is good though.
Pain is good.
Pain.
You remember that my point? Pain is also beautiful.
Yeah, pain is good.
Pain is also healing.
Yeah.
So it's growth. So if you're depressed right now, what we can tell you is that it's hard. Allow yourself
time. Go to process. Time. Trust in time.
Is so important in our lives. And you get to the other side of the situation refreshed, reinvented, renewed.
And stop staying in the room. Go out and have fun. Take fresh air.
I will tell something that Seneca said, a philosopher. He says, live as though live at once, okay, and treat the other days as a different life altogether.
I love that.
One thing I noticed that yesterday, whatever date it was, it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's gone.
Tomorrow doesn't exist. It's only today. So live
work on now.
Yes, and be happy.
Be happy.
I'm not happy. Let me be honest. I'm not gotten there because it's a process.
It's a process.
But
a day at a time.
A day at a time.
A day at a time.
We will get there.
True.
We will get there.
So thank you for listening. This is Too Mad in Podcast. Today I had to face.
Yeah.
I love this episode.
It's been mad.
Yeah. You come back again.
I'll definitely come back again.
Yeah. So thank you for listening. I'm Kojo.
And I'm Dufie.
Bye.
I see you following submission. I know you're wishing that you could let your head down and mirror my admission. So why you worrying about being the outcast? Don't you know to be yourself and never ask permission? My shorts accentuate my bumper. I hear the girls whisper whenever I walk past.